So do you want to know how to create Instagram posts that will work well together on the grid? Stay tuned, we're covering that today. Welcome to the Design Online Show, tools and design to save you time for your business online. Okay, so the first thing is to make sure that you use consistent colours. So if you're a business, then that means use your brand colours, and you can swap them out and have a different colour maybe as the feature colour for different posts, but that is the easiest way to keep a consistent look across your posts from the outset. Next up, I recommend that you have a plan. So if you have certain topics that you cover each week and you know what you need to create, so maybe you share quotes twice a week, maybe you share tips once or twice a week, maybe you share photos of behind the scenes, have a few things that you rotate. So if you have, say, 3 templates that relate to each category, you can then rotate those templates as well as those categories, so it mixes up the way that your feed looks, but it still remains with a consistent look about it. So say you share a quote, maybe you have 3 different quote templates, and you'll use the first one, then the second one, then the third one. Then maybe you share a tip, and you have 3 templates for that, so you would rotate through those 3 as well. And you can make it look even more varied by changing out the colours on those templates every 3 times, so you're not coming round to the same template in the same colours immediately. It's going to be, people will have to scroll through your feed quite far to find those templates, and that just helps you to keep a consistent look. If you share things, if you create anything like Reels or Instagram TV, I would recommend creating covers and making sure that those covers, kind of all the information that's needed is in the square area that shows up on your grid, which means none of the important information is going to be missed if someone's seeing your cover photo. It also helps you, even if you're creating an off-the-cuff reel, if you create a video cover quickly to go with that off-the-cuff reel, it keeps your feed looking consistent. The same with IGTV, it works exactly the same way. You can even create call to actions that match your cover for your reels. You can add a little animation so it's like a video, just to encourage people to take the action that you want. The next thing is, I recommend using an app like Later to preview what your feed actually looks like, just to make sure you don't have maybe if you've got certain brand colours and you've got maybe my brand colours are blues, pinks and kind of a beige colour, maybe I've got too many pinks all in the same place. I want to see that before I actually schedule, so I can swap some of the colours out. So upload your images to Later, and I would include your covers for IGTV, because if you have the free version of Later, you can't actually schedule your IGTV or Reels from Later, but you can upload the covers just to see what the general feed's going to look like, and then upload them manually from Instagram. So check what they look like on Later, and then you can schedule it all out once you know it looks cohesive and you're happy with how it's looking. And now I'll just hop in quickly to Later and to Canva to show you around and just show you quickly how things work in there. Okay, so we're in the back end of Canva, and this is, if I just show you the full collection, this is one of the sets of Canva templates that I sell on my website. And these are not in my brand colours, they're just, I created this as a bright collection and I have a neutral collection as well. And I just want to show you how easy it is to change out to your brand fonts and colours. I created them as kind of cohesive sets so that you don't need to have brand colours, you can just use them straight out of the box. But I'm going to show you now how easy it is to customise them. So I'm just going to click on this box here, and you can change your colours by just entering a hex code in the search box up the top if you have your brand colour hex codes. I have my brand colours set up here because I have the paid version of Canva, so I'm just going to select one of them right now. So I'm going to select the pink. I'm going to change out this colour to one of my brand colours, this beigey colour. I'm going to change this to the same. And I don't have this font Playfair display as one of my font colours. I'm going to change to Lato. and straight away I have changed this to fit my brand colours. And you can do that with all the templates really quickly so that you have a cohesive set for your brand. I'm going to cheat a little and not make you sit through that. So this is a selection of those same templates in my brand colours. Obviously, I've chosen a slightly different colour selection here. So as I mentioned in the video, if I take this first template as an example, you can duplicate that page 2 times and change out the background colour with the same layout in each one. So you have a few different options, but they will all have a cohesive look about them. So let me just show you the overview. So you now have 3 options of that same template, all in your brand colours, just with a slightly different look that you can then use on rotation whenever you come to that category, and it makes it a lot easier to keep everything cohesive, but it doesn't look like you're being too repetitive with your content because they all are similar but different, if that makes sense. So that's how you do it. You would then upload with these ones with the placeholder images, you would upload your own images to those, and then there's also templates for quotes and tips and selling your products or services. So there's various categories here that you can choose from. So once you've downloaded them, and you download them by just clicking this download button and selecting JPEG or PNG, I select JPEG because it takes up less space. And then you would upload them to Later, which is here. So I've already uploaded some of my images here, as you can see. And this is just the free version of Later. So this doesn't cost me anything, but it helps me to plan out my week. So I have this quote graphic as the last graphic I shared. Next up, I want to share a reel. So I'm going to click and drag the cover for my reel over here. Now I'll have to do this manually because it's a reel, but this is the cover that I've created for it. I'm going to upload that to my phone as well. I actually email it to myself normally, and then I have it on my phone ready to use with the reel when I create the reel in Instagram. Next up, I want to ask a question, which is here. So I'm going to drag my question one over, and then I want to share this tip. So I want to find the cover for the tip, which is this one here with the arrow. And then what was the next one I was going to share? I think it was another quote and a question and another question. Now what I can do here, I'm not really liking the layout of this because I've got all these beigey ones together and then I've got all these bright ones together. So I'm going to play around with this a bit and change the days that things go out based on the look. Now the other thing I could do is go in and select a different template and recreate the graphics, but I'm not precious about which order I'm doing these in. I don't have set days apart from for the reel, so I think that looks better with this dark one in the middle to break things up. So I'm much happier with that. So that helps me to preview, and everything's still on brand, but I'm happier with the layout. So once you have your layout sorted, you save changes, and you can go in and then add in your captions to schedule out. Now I like to just schedule them to go out manually, and I'll just get a reminder from Later on my phone, and then I actually post myself on Instagram. And obviously with the Reels and IGTVs, if I've got any of those planned, I have emailed myself the template and then I post manually on Instagram. And remember to subscribe for tools and design to save you time in your business online.